fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and I am joined now with Alex Krassyuk. It's good to see you, Alex.
It's my pleasure to be here.
You know what, Alex? I really want to ask you about the fight over the weekend, Tyson Fury's win over Deontay Wilder. Were you surprised at all with watching it?
Well, I was. I will be sincere with you. I was surprised. I tell you why. First of all, was a huge and amazing fight.
Mm-hmm.
Big drama show, as our friend used to say. One went down, came up, but brought the other guy down twice. Then they were like messing around, and finally the other got knocked out. Wow. It's and by the way, it's heavyweight division. Come on. It's not like a very frequent fight. You can't see it very often. But the thing I was surprised with was that it was a fight, but not a boxing match. Well, Deontay Wilder is a puncher, and we did not expect much of boxing skills from him, but not that small, like just moving straight back and forth, like on the rails.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest surprise for me was Fury's style, because according to what I saw, Wilder was very tired after the fourth round.
Mm-hmm.
And it took Fury almost 6 or even more rounds to finish the fight with the guy who was very tired. And during this 6 rounds, he took some severe punches. I did like the atmosphere of the fight, because it was a real fight of two warriors who came up to the ring to kill each other.
Mm-hmm.
But boxing wise, probably not the best match.
When watching that, obviously the $1 million question, I'm sure, is, between him and Oleksandr Usyk, like how each one would fare against each other. Based on what you've been able to see on the night, how do you see that fight going?
If either of them come to Usyk in the shape they showed on Saturday night, both have very small chances.
Andre Ward did an interview with me post-fight, and he believes that there's no way Oleksandr could win against Tyson. Did you see the interview by chance and what he said?
Yeah, I did. I watched most of your interviews, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I heard him saying that, and he's an expert in boxing, and many people say different things. Some people say that there is no chance because he's so strong and so big and so heavy. Other people say that Usyk has all the chances because he's so fast, he's so small, and he's so skilled. That's why we love boxing. That's why we expect those kind of matches to happen. From my perspective, I would say if Fury comes to fight Usyk in the shape he fought Wilder, not the best option for him, definitely, 100%. By the way, many people thought Usyk would lose to Joshua,
right,
because of his size, of his skills, of his punch, but we saw what happened.
When you watched the fight, were you watching it alone, or was Usyk with you?
No, I was in the studio commentating the fight, so Usyk was not with me.
Oh, okay. Well, we do know that Eddie Hearn said that they exercised the rematch clause. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, it happened officially just several hours before the fight. All the sanctioning bodies received the letters, and they officially triggered the rematch clause.
Yeah, because I spoke with Mauricio Solomon during Media Week, and he had said that the WBC was basically, giving the winner of Fury versus Wilder 3 30 days to either make the fight with Usyk, and if not capable of making the fight, then they must have the winner of Dillian White versus Otto Wallen. Um, there was also a lot of talk of, oh, AJ should step aside and allow for the undisputed and then get the winner of the undisputed. Would that have been something that you guys would have possibly have hoped for? Would you have rather gone for undisputed and then, or are you happy with just taking the rematch and then going for undisputed afterwards?
There are talks. Many people talk of that. Some people even try to make some offers. But at this stage and at all stages, we used to keep our word. And our word was not just a word, it was put on the paper and signed by all of us. It means that in case Usyk wins, AJ has the right to exercise the rematch. And that's what we agreed. And all the time we used to keep our word. I don't want to blame anyone, but I remember some of occasion. I mean, some of the fights from the past when very famous heavyweights did not manage to give the rematch to even more famous heavyweight. I mean,
I was
Vladimir
going to say, because you know better than anybody that, Usyk was asked to step aside. Usyk was, offered money and said, allow the undisputed, and he did.
Well, he was not offered money.
Oh, he wasn't offered any. Oh, I didn't know that.
No, he wasn't offered anything. He was offered a chance to fight the interim title. But from his perspective, he said that myself as a fighter, as a boxing fan, I want to watch the undisputed heavyweight championship between Fury and Joshua. So if it goes, I will let it go. That's what he said. But as of now, he is in the position. Come on, he's having 3 belts.
Right.
He's in the position to be on top now. But still, we are like kind of humble people, and keeping the word, keeping the agreement is something that we are stuck to, and something that we used to do in the past, in the present, and probably in the future.
Have you spoke to Usyk about his thoughts on the outcome of Fury Wilder 3?
I did.
What
couple
did he
times.
say?
Well, most people who understand boxing say the same thing. Great fight, but very poor boxing match. A spectacular Spartan style fight between 2 warriors, but boxing wise didn't look good.
So that's what kind of like what he said about it as well then.
Yeah. He said it looked like 2 big guys came to the ring to kill each other.
Well, there was a lot of animosity, to be fair. Did you catch the press conference, the final press conference? Man, they were not having it. They looked like, especially like, I don't know if you saw the way that they were staring at each other in the ring. I was like, oh my God, they're going for each other's souls. That's what they're going for.
Correct. That's how it looked like. They took it too personal.
Yeah, they absolutely. I asked Tyson Fury during Media Week, just jokingly, I was like, if you and Usyk were to eventually fight down the line, obviously there's other things standing in the way, but I was like, Usyk sort of showed up, dressed up, kind of looking like Joker, and at one point you dressed up like Batman. Like, who do you think would win in terms of like costumes during Media Week? Can you imagine that they both did that?
I can imagine them doing that.
Exactly. I could totally see them doing that. Just as sort of like a piss take.
you know, I love Tyson Fury. He's a great character.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a standard personality.
Mm-hmm.
I love his attitude to promoting the fights, to promoting himself, to like to pushing the information to the fans, to the public. He performs like in the best possible way as an actor, as a fighter, as a boxer, as a just non-standard personality. I like his attitude, frankly speaking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I look forward to seeing how things go. Obviously, the landscape continues to change. It looks as though that Tyson Fury is now going to have 30 days to make the fight between the winner of Dillian Whyte versus Otto Wallin. As you know, Dillian Whyte has been waiting well over, I want to say 2.5 years, if not longer than that, for the shot at the WBC title. Who do you think wins in that fight, and how do they do against Tyson Fury?
By the way, Usyk waited his chance for 2 years, being the mandatory. If you mean Otto Wallin and Dillian Whyte, I would give big percentage to Dillian.
Mm-hmm.
Though I remember Otto fighting Tyson Fury, and he brought some severe damage to Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
In case Dillian Whyte wins and Fury would have to face the interim champion, who would be Dillian Whyte, that might be a tough one for Tyson. I think that might be a really, really big event for the UK, and as a fight itself, it might be a very tough challenge for Tyson Fury.
Do you think that Dillian Whyte would ultimately be a bigger challenge than Deontay Wilder was for Tyson?
Definitely, yes. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I was backing Deontay. I was expecting him to win.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling everyone that my prediction is that he knocks Fury out.
Mm-hmm.
And he almost did. He put him down twice.
Right.
But the bad thing about Deontay was that he put some muscles on that he didn't manage to use properly. I mean, his body was not used to that mass, to that amount of muscles on his body. And he went out of fuel very fast. In the third or fourth round already, breathing so hard. I don't know. It's probably something went wrong in the training camp. I heard he broke his hand, but there's nothing about breathing. It's
Mm-hmm.
nothing about conditioning,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't look fresh during all the fight. He was like looking more like surviving than fighting or struggling for the victory.
Do you think that it was a disadvantage for him to put on that extra weight? Because I think Deontay comes in normally about like 215, doesn't he? Somewhere around there.
Yeah. Yeah, but come on, he put on like 10 kilos since their first fight. I don't know how it's in pounds, but let's say it's like 20 pounds.
Let me check.
22 pounds probably. Difference in the first fight and in the third fight. I think it's too much.
Yeah, it's 22
I think it's
pounds,
too much.
10 kilos.
Why would he have to put that weight on? He was performing great in the first fight. He was moving fast. He was showing his boxing skills. And here he couldn't even hold his hands up. It was difficult for him because his shoulders immediately, after the first round, immediately grew hard, you know. And he was tired. He got tired probably on his walk to the ring because of that kind of, but you know, he looked amazing. Like for the beach, for Miami, for California, his shape was wonderful.
Aesthetically perfect.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Right. Well, obviously, we're going to have to wait and see how everything sort of pans out. But I appreciate you getting on a call and giving me this, giving me your reaction. Do you have any idea as to when we will be seeing the rematch between Usyk and Joshua? Are we looking at early next year, like January,
N-
February?
We no, we are the at this moment we are discussing March.
March. Okay.
Yeah, we have 7 months period
Uh-huh.
to put the fight on. So March would work for all of the fighters, for both
Okay.
of them.
Okay. Well, I look forward to being there and seeing it all happen. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
It was
And
my pleasure.
and once we got more news, then we'll jump on another call. All right. Thank you, Alex. Have a good evening over
Thank you,
there.
Michelle.
Okay.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking this icon right here and hit the bell button below so that you can receive an alert every time we upload a new video.